Program produced through the facilities of the Public Access Channel is the product of an independent producer and does not reflect the opinions of American Cablevision, its staff, or management.
I come home from work, I'm worn out and beat. I crack a cold beer and I prop up my feet. Big Mama's in the kitchen just a slaving away. And I'm hungry at the end of the day. Lump roast shaved ham, bulldoggle too. She's got a hot big butt steak waiting for you. I'm tired of poultry from the old turkey plant, but all of the women are juicy and fat. It's a dirty tough job, but someone's got to do it. I'm a man in my prime and I'm coming for you. Rump roast shaved ham, bulldoggle too. She's got a Thanksgiving butt steak waiting for you. Take it, Chuck. Come on, boy. Come on. You know I was brought up all proper and prim. Church every Sunday and no drinking gin. But even Jessica Fun, she cannot deny you when you're off of the clock and you worked overtime. Rump roast shaved ham, corn dogs and stew. She's got a juicy pig butt steak waiting for you. Well, the Ozark Mountain Butt Steak. The Ozark Mountain Butt Steak. The Ozark Thanksgiving Butt Steak. The Ozark Mountain Butt Steak. Well, that's what I'm going to do on Thanksgiving. I'm going to eat a big, juicy butt steak.
Let's hear it.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Joey Skidmore. And they'll be back again later in the show. We're going to find out where they're going to be. You're going to be able to see them, where you are going to be able to see them. Welcome to Gizmosis. Gizmosis. This is our 14th show. And as it is our 14th show, why, we have a special show. Yes, that's right, because we have Joey Skidmore and our first guest from cyberspace, virtual reality store. It's Eric Lewis.
Hi, how you doing, Joey?
How you doing, Eric?
Good. CyberMind, virtual reality.
CyberMind. Let's hear it. CyberMind. Okay. Me and Mark, the cameraman, went down and tried this virtual reality thing, and we found it to be a complete gas. We already know how to do it, but could you tell us a little bit about virtual reality and what it means?
Sure. Actually, I'd like to hear your definition of what virtual reality is, since
Well,
I already know what it is. What do you think it is after trying it out?
You put on these goggles, and you got this little gun thing, and the goggles are 3D, and it shoots you right out in outer space. You're in outer space on this little platform, and you can see your buddy. He's got the other gun, completely in cartoon. And when you die, you get to see yourself die. Or your buddy die. It's great.
Not bad. Jerry Garcia calls it a three-dimensional consensual hallucination.
All right.
And he said they made drugs illegal, and he wonders what they'll do with this.
Yeah.
So, actually, there's two TV sets inside the visette, one for each eye, and it's separated so that you see in full 3D. And as you move your head, the visette completely tracks your body's movements. If you duck, it ducks. And you were spinning around in there, and as you spin, your character spins. Your bodies can actually pass through the same space in there.
Wow.
It's wild.
Okay. Now, where is this located at?
Ward Parkway Center, lower level.
Lower level.
The Hop and Ward Parkway Mall.
And You just what? It's just like $5 or something. Like that?
$5 for 5 minutes. You go in there, bring 3 of your friends, and the 4 of you go in together and you experience it together. That's the key to virtual reality, is the interactivity. You're actually in there with your friends. You're talking to them. You see them. You're actually chasing each other around. There's obstacles you can hide behind, actually get inside of and hide inside of. And
Now these obstacles and things he's talking about are just like, it's like being inside a video game, if you will. You look up, the sky is black. It's a land where the sky is black. You look up, and then sometimes there's a bird up there.
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl.
Big dinosaur. You have to watch out. If he grabs you, he plucks you off, and the world spins out beneath you, and you actually feel like you're falling.
Yeah, a lot of people don't believe that you can actually, it actually immerses you, that it'll look fake or in some way. Have you ever gotten any, once people actually tried, have you ever had any complaints like that look fake or
the
anything?
Technology today is like cartoons, and you look like a cartoon figure in there. But very soon, you'll actually be able to take a picture of your face and put your face on your character, and you'll see each other around.
It might break the machine.
There's a science out there called teledildonics, where they're actually taking pictures of anyone you want and putting you in a full bodysuit. And you walk up, and this person in cyberspace will walk up to you and reach out and start touching your body. And as they touch you, you feel it. And so your imagination can wander.
It's kind of like on Deep Space Nine or something, those holosuites.
Exactly.
You mean in the future they'll have tactile, it'll be like a
full tactile feedback.
Sensual, you know, you could like dial up a beauty.
Sure.
And
it's already here today. There are devices you strap on to yourself.
Well, where are the lucky places you go to do that?
I'll tell you after the show.
Okay. No. I don't know. Well, you've been there? No. Well, okay. So you go in there and you pay, and what if you go by yourself?
If you go by yourself, we'll either put you with 2 other people or you play against the computer.
Ah. Now, the computer automatically simulates if you only got 2 people, let's say.
Right. The computer will put in as many characters as we want.
Invisible man on third, I guess.
Exactly. The computer's easy, too. You'd rather be in there with your friends because the computer's not very agile.
Now, when me and Mark the cameraman went in there, of course...
Who won between the 2 of you?
It was a draw. It was a draw.
Cameramen are usually really good because as they move their head, they're used to looking through a small lens like that, and they can keep steady. That's the biggest problem. Today, the frame rate is 16 frames per second, and you're in real vision, you're at about 32, and we'll get up to about 25.
Now, I noticed, like, you hold this little gun out. It's like a radar, or like a ray gun.
Sure. Grenade
but
launcher.
if you put it out far enough, you can see your little cartoon hand.
Sure. You hold it out in front of you. You can see your hand, full motion, 3D, and it's actually a grenade launcher, and launches these grenades, lobs them up.
Yeah, they look like bolts. They look like bolts, just like a steel bolt. Yeah.
We've got actually a lot of different games. That's
Really?
called Dactyl Nightmare. We have another game called Legend Quest,
What's that
which
about?
is a fantasy role-playing game. And you choose your characters. You're a wizard, an elf, or a dwarf. And you actually share your skill sets together. It's like Dungeons and Dragons in virtual reality.
Wow. So, do you shoot then with the gun? It's not a gun if it's
You
a
have
wizard.
swords and hatchets and magical potions and
Being a
fire.
wizard isn't as peaceful as I thought it would be. Well, I'd like to thank you for. Thank you. Da-da-da. Where's that drum beat? Hey, I'd like to thank you for coming out, and we'd like to have you on again. I wish we had a videotape. We could show it, but obviously...
Just come on down to the Ward Parkway Mall. I gave everybody here free passes. Make sure Joey gives them to you.
All right.
Everybody here is invited down to try it out.
So we're all going to be in virtual reality. Yeah!
Thanks.
I just sold all those passes on the corner. Oh, well. No. Well, thanks a lot for coming out.
Thanks for having me, Joey.
And we're going to get back here to Joey Skidmore for just a second now, Joey. Where are you guys playing next?
We're playing the Hurricane on Thanksgiving with the Salty Iguanas. You get to hear all the great food songs like Butt Steak and Pork Chop Heaven and a lot more.
Do you have any releases out or coming out?
Yeah, we have a new album coming out on Dixie Frog Records from Paris. It'll be out in Europe in January.
Yeah, excellent. Well, play on.
This is by our drummer Dave Moulton. It's called Pork Chop Heaven.
He'll usher you out.
where Jehovah keeps his crew. He took time out before dessert to send me in after you. Drop that one, all you make better, take your fork and knife. Try a scoop with a silver soup, cause a good life's twice as life. The ink said you are sorely lacking virtues for sisters. After numerous infractions, I terminate your existence. So chill, old man, and take my hand. It's almost time for dinner. I want to call 500 years, not yet seen a sinner. Drop heaven, all the men better. Take it from the knife. I scoop with a silver soup, and the good life's twice as high. His gob and rose eyes up the monkey. Said I always plan to take your hand, but you smell well, kind of funky. If I'm in pay for the plans I've laid and the violations of the law, wanted to take, play it to 8, show me what I saw. King Kong right from his eyes while the 8 circle bells were rolling. Wanted to farm for 500 years when the 8 hear the dinner bell tolling. 8 thought he could beat that tape and make it home in time for dinner. Wanted to farm 500 years, not yet seen a sinner. King Kong said, I'm gonna get home and be back before the film gets over. The big egg split, Methuselah shit, and straight high left field to Clover. Heaven, all you baby better take over to that line. Send that egg from back and ass. Now don't get too right, yeah. Hey, you children, smell something cooking? Oh, get them snakes out of here. We gotta turn that children up some supper now, yeah. All right, a little pork chop heaven for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Right on, let's hear it.
Yes.
For Joey Skidmore. And the Joey Skidmore and the Skidmores, his whole family. Nice pearl finish on those drums. All right. Our next guest here is Greg
Martin.
Martin. Like Uncle Martin the Martian on...
Exactly like that.
We all know what show I'm talking about there, don't we? Okay, Greg is with he's an artist, and he displays his work up at the KC site. Is that not correct?
Yeah, I show at the site a lot because I work in the site and I work on the site. And it's really about the best gallery in town.
All right.
There's a show opening up, a fiber show, in 1st of December that everybody ought to come check out. It's 4 artists from the Art Institute. And I don't have their names.
Fearsome Foursome.
A fearsome foursome. A female fearsome foursome.
Female fearsome foursome.
Of fiber artists.
A fiber. Wait, that's just too many F's in one statement. You just can't have that many F's. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get to your works here. Like this here, we've been flashing on and on and off it. This is a skull-like thing on a plate with a
peanut.
Cigarette. Oh, peanut on
A
there.
bronze peanut. Yeah, this is called Bonehead and Peanut. And if you look,
Free floating.
if you look inside of it, which I guess everybody can.
Whoa, it's like virtual reality in here, man. I can see the Pope. Or who is that?
It's the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, the Statue
Or
of
Pope.
Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is in here. Okay, you got to take my word for it. It is in here. It's like that part in Planet of the Apes where they go, my God. What does the peanut signify?
Well, this is it really doesn't signify much of anything.
I'll say.
It's a matching of different objects, and I've found out if I don't have any idea of meaning, and I put really disproportionate objects together, people make up all sorts of really great stories as to what it means. And it seems like they get more out of it that way.
Want to hear my story?
Yeah, let's hear your story. It's like a
Well,
Rorschach
this
test.
is the skull of the astronaut who went to the Planet of the Apes, and the thought of the Statue of Liberty is in his mind. And on the way back through time, he visited Jimmy Carter, and he gave him a bronze peanut. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so go on to the next work. Which one would that be, cameraman? Which one?
I guess that'd be
that one there.
This is another one in the same series, and both of these are paper mache, and then I use a Japanese process, and they're covered with lacquer and bronze and aluminum dust.
All right.
But this one's called Sculpture of the Artist is a 52 GMC.
All right.
And that's pretty self-explanatory. It was a long night.
It was a long night. That's great. And what is that it's standing on? Is that a replica of the Parthenon?
Well, yeah, it could be. Actually, it's a turbine off of some kind of piece of industrial equipment. I use a lot of found objects in pieces, and that's like actually a ashtray turned upside down with a turbine on top of it.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of industrial pieces reminds me of Greek sculpture. Okay, we're going to this next one here, and speaking of Greek sculptures, kind of like an Orthodox Greek type writing on there, or something like that. Am I on the mark here?
It says
missing the point entirely.
Christ, Carp, and Cosmos, and it's three totally unrelated objects. And if you like laying something really heavy, like a deity or something like that, the stories get a lot better. And
wow, what a concept! You listen instead of telling.
Yeah, well, it makes the people, it's like, I do a lot of interactive art, but these are kind of like mental masturbation arts.
Can we say
people
that?
Look at them and then
on TV? Can we do that on TV? No. I wish these people could see, because this thing is like three-dimensional or something. There's is it three-dimensional or something?
Well, yeah,
my eyes playing tricks on me.
There's probably 100 layers in that casting, or close to. And then all the pieces were cast separately and then set into the box in bronzes and plastic resins poured over it in layers.
Well, it leaves me speechless. Okay.
About 50 pounds.
Let's go to this one down here. I can't see it, but you can see it's lighting up there.
Yeah.
It's lighting up even under the hot studio lights. You can see twinkling, winkling light bulbs.
I used to work a lot with strobe lights and reflected light, and I can't get away from it.
It's great. It's beautiful. How much does that one go for? Maybe I'll buy it.
About 500.
Maybe I'll wait.
For the paperback.
Everybody knows this job doesn't pay.
These,
how many?
The first one I showed you, and then the other two are all three a part of the same series.
Part
it's
of the
called
set.
Nebulous.
Nebulous. Okay. What's the baby? Are those doll faces? Baby faces?
Yeah, I cast up a bunch of baby faces, and it's what's really when I get reviewed.
Off of real babies.
Off of real babies.
Ooh.
And it's what's scary about this, though, is that, well, for one thing, when people view my art, a lot of times they call it pretty surreal and a lot of times macabre, which I don't think is very true at all. I think it's pretty humorous and kind of light-handed, but I guess that's maybe just the times.
It's art, it's art. It's art,
But people get really frightened by all sorts of philosophical notions that they pick up out of this, and it's what's really frightening to me about this piece is all the heads are cast out of different dental plasters.
Same with the Cat in the Hat one over here?
No, the Cat in the Hat it's a bronze embedded in plastic, and the plastic should have been clear, but each time I poured a layer, I took it up on our roof and let it collect pollution for about 8 or 10 hours, and then I'd take it back and pour another on it. And there's like actually insects and probably all sorts of bird things and
Ooh, bird things. We had the bird visit us last time on the show, as you'll recall, if you were all paying attention. This is, where are these able to be seen by the general public?
Well, actually, I
And
just
Doug.
finished a show down at Kansas City site.
Too late, folks.
We'll have another one going that will be a group show from people in the building within about another 2 months, probably looking at February.
And the address of this wonderful place?
That's at 1427 West 9th, and anybody that was down last Friday knows we took the bar across the street over, and we have that offered back to us, so it's going to be bands. Last week, if anybody missed it, it was your own fault, Mr. Guest. We had Tenderloin and Blue Museum, and we're going to be bringing bands in probably about once a month.
Okay, now wait, you have the bar across the street?
Yeah, TJ's Longhorn Saloon. We don't actually have it. It's been
but they let you
graciously
have
lent
bands
to
in.
us. Yes.
Oh, well, that is just fine. I bet you guys give them a lot of business with those thirsty artists there.
With those thirsty artists, that's it.
Okay, well, thank you, Greg Martin.
Thanks a
and
lot, Joey.
Please come back on the show sometime and bring all your artists down. We'll try to squeeze them all on this stage right now. The wonderful sounds, once again, of Joey Skidmore. Let's hear it. And the Skidmores.
Out on the street, he was 10. Got drunk and was at his kid. Uncles went in and agent on trade. Son of got that bamboo cage. Yeah, gonna hit you right out of town, gonna fail. Gonna ring through my nose, shave my head. Shady, lady, and you know the dark-faced boy are my best friend. Yeah. Almost a peak, you know 21. My brother's the car, I want his dirty and fun. Get a job over afternoon. But the car's so swell, I'm dead and it's crazy. Yeah. Gonna hit you right out of town, gonna fail. Gonna ring through my nose, shake my head. Ladies, the bearded lady. Struggle, the dark-faced boy are my best friends. Got old and his breath passed away. It's now worth 880 and no place to stay. Now he's laying on the corner grinning like a Mooney. All of the past certified duty. Gonna get the ride out of town, gonna fail. Gonna ring through my nose, in my hand. Ladies, period, ladies, and you know the dark-faced boy are my best friend.
All right, Joey Skidmore. If we could get a couple of you guys up here, ask you a couple questions. I I've already asked you where you're going to be playing. So I think I'd ask you guys your names. If you guys can pretend that's a real microphone and pass it around. When you're... Here, you listen to that one. I can hear the sea. Somebody just flushed the sea. Whoa. It's like virtual reality. Yeah. You can if you want. Switch mics? Switch mics?
Uh-oh.
Anyway,
A technical difficulty.
let me just ask you what you guys' names are.
Well, I'm Joey.
That's Joey
This
Skidmore.
is Spunky on bass.
Spunky.
This is Chuck on lead guitar.
Chuck.
And
California Dave on the
Dave Moulton on drums.
All right. Nice drums. Nice drums.
Thanks.
How long has this particular incarnation of the Joey Skidmore been together?
Oh, about 8 or 9 days or so at least.
All right.
Close.
So, now, what were the songs that you did?
Oh, we did Butt Steak, which we've
we
been
say
kind
that
of
on
throwing
TV?
around for a while.
Yeah, but we can't
But
do it.
we did Butt Steak. We did a new one that's going to be on our French release, Porkchop Heaven. Or no, well, may not be on this release, but we did Porkchop Heaven, and we did Carnival Kids, which is an old one we've been tossing around for a while.
Carnival Kids. All right.
Yeah, that one goes out to JoJo the Dog-Faced Boy, too.
Oh, he's a relative of mine. Let's see now. So you play bass, right?
Oh, yep.
Yeah. How long have you been playing bass for Joey Skidmore?
Oh,
Couple months or so?
yeah.
How's it been?
Great.
A lot of gigs.
Oh, come on.
You
Don't
have any
treat it.
like
Fake,
road
fake.
stories to tell? Or?
Not yet. We haven't had any cars blow up or any, wheels come off or
Wow.
haven't ran into any semis or anything yet. We're
So
still
once
waiting.
again, what are y'all playing at again?
Playing the Hurricane Thanksgiving night. We're opening for the Salty Iguanas.
That's 2 nights from now. This is the lapse time.
Be there or go
it's
hungry.
showing a little bit later, so.
I'll put my Elvis girdle on after Thanksgiving dinner.
All right. Well, that'd be fun. Well, give anybody indigestion. Okay. Well, thanks for being on the show, you guys. And,
Thanks for having us on, Joey.
Thanks for playing your songs, and we're looking forward to your release, which we can find in any record store, right?
Do I hope so. I certainly hope so. Any of the
Be
hip
on
ones.
tape or a record? Or
It'd be CD.
CD.
It'll be CD and probably tape and vinyl, I guess. I don't know.
Tape and vinyl. Ooh, all 3. Man, that is wild. Huh?
Do we get some of those little
Yes,
Timothy
yes.
Leary coupons?
Yes, that's right.
Cool.
Here you go. There's the band coupon. You guys can divide.
All right, we can all
What about, yeah, I got yours, Mark. See, he miscounted when he came in here, so not everybody actually gets one, so you guys are going to have to draw straws to see who is the most worthy, most talented.
But can we all 4 play with that one?
Well, maybe you might be able to convince the guy if you
Or do
say,
we get
hey,
one
man.
more? Or do we at
Okay,
least get
one more. But that's it, you guys. That's it. No more coupons. It does? It says take your friends? All right.
Thanks for having us, John.
All right. Well, thank you. And can you sing any a cappella kind of thing?
I am invincible.
Did you see Sonny Bono?
None of you are women.
Sonny Bono saying I am woman.
He did?
Yeah, on TV.
Happy trails.
Trails to you
Till we meet again. Happy
trails to you.
See, nobody knows the second